I mean, I didn't think about it. You know, I'll go to the nets and I'll be thinking about where I'm going at night for the benefit, you know, what pub am I going to call in, do this, do that. But as soon as I got the gloves on and put the bat in the hand, I forgot completely. I was there. I was just in that wonderful... I was in a world of my own, really, in the middle. You know, my concentration was great and just went out there. What were we doing? We were batting fine, put the pads on and sit there in the corner and probably thinking about the benefit. You're in, through the door, walked out on the arena, and I was in a world of my own. Got lost getting to the wicket. I mean, it was... well, I never want to go through that again. I don't know, I was thinking about, you know, Woody's out, I'm on the move, went down the stairs, went down one too many, finished up in the toilets. Because I've got all the gear on, of course I couldn't really do anything in there, and I thought, it's quiet, I'd love to stay here. And I thought, no, I better get back, and I nipped up. And I found through, and when I went through this particular door, there was nobody about. It was incredible. There's 27,000 out there, and they're waiting for me. And Woody was coming out through the door. He's up there, up the top. He said, "What? I'm trying to get out. Which way?" He said, "Through that door." He said, "I'm out." I said, "I can see that." And through the door, I went through the long room, and they were all sitting on these seats, you see, all, you know. And I never forget. I walked down this, the entrance through this, and real Middlesex or Southern Territory. Who's this old bugger? You know, they're playing like, you know, it was wonderful stuff. You know, you feel wanted, don't you, straight away. And I went out there and I just floated out on a cloud. I really did. I just ran there and they were waiting for you there, you know. And who's this Groucho Marx? And, you know, all these statements you get. But I stayed around. It was a good wicket.
A 4 off his third ball and Steele was settled. Lilly was in tremendous form that first morning, accounting for Wood, Edrich, Amos and Gooch before England were past 50. But Gregg's faith in Steele was rewarded, and his calm control against Dennis Lilly was just what the crowd were desperate to see.
What a great shot there by Dennis Steele. That's the way to play the bouncer. In position beautifully. That's the third time he's hooked him away. This boy is not frightened. A great shot to Dennis Steele.
I didn't care damn who bowled. And that Lord Test match, right, that first innings, I was in a little world of my own, if you know what I mean, and I just stood there and played. I never heard nothing. I never heard the crowds. My asset, when I look back, right, it was concentration, right? I can shut out anything. If I was playing well, all I saw was the bowler, right, and 22 yards, and that's all I needed, right? You went on, and it was just one of them things. I just went to the wicket and played and played.
He hooks in for 4, and the crowd really enjoying this. Lilly dispatched for 4.
It was such a fairy story debut for him, someone who'd been a journeyman county cricketer for, I don't know, 10, 15 years beforehand, suddenly was called up for Test cricket and was an instant success. So it was a great story, and I think a few people's eyes were raised and were a little bit surprised, but it was really good for David and great for the country.
England recovered from 49 for 4 to 315 all out. Steele made his debut 50, Gregg 96, Knott 69, and the match was drawn.
And this big Lord's crowd rising to him. They appreciate the display of guts and determination that we've seen here by David Steele today.
But it was the character shown by David Steele which had caught the public imagination, and come the third test at Headingley, he had an added incentive.
There was a committee man at Northampton who knew a butcher or was a big abattoir, as it was at the particular time, who offered me a lamb chop up to 50, right, and steaks after 50. I said, well, I'm an hungry man. And I said, it'll do me fine, you see. And I got this 73, right, and the telegrams were out at the time, and this chap sent this up to him, and he said, I owe you 50 lamb chops and 23 steaks. He said, take your time the second innings, I'm running out of lamb. And so I thought, well, you better go and get some more lamb. I got 93 in the second innings.
England held an advantage of 153 on first innings, Steele top scoring with 73. The third day was the least exciting of the three, as England eked out 184 runs from 72 overs, Steele making 59 in the last 3.5 hours against some tight bowling.
He's beaten Gilmore this time, much to the relief of David Steele, because that single takes him through to yet another 50. What a consistent performer he's been.
I was 50 odd not out on the Saturday night, and I went in on the Monday morning with Tony Gregg, and we're in a position where we've got to get on with it a bit, you know, and push on. And Gregg, of course, did that, and of course I played, and that was easy to round. And then Notty joined me later